Good morning, THEDAS. Welcome. We are back again, and today we are discussing our rooks, the romances, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the Inquisitor in Veilguard as well. We're going to go one at a time through everybody. We're going to talk about the rook that we plan on making for our first playthrough, and then on to who the romance and in that order. So, I am joined yet again by my buddy, Bioware Babbler, Scott.
Sup, nerds?
I am joined by the incomparable Aaron.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Hi, everyone.
And the elegant Halla.
Ooh. From the country who is the #1 producer of cork worldwide. Hello.
All right.
Introduction.
So, who wants to go first?
What's the topic again? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Your Rook and the romance, and basically, and potentially your Inquisitor background.
We talked about it like 3 times.
Look, that's
I'm
why.
tired. I haven't been sleeping.
You know, Halla, you're really pretty. You know that? You're so pretty.
Uh,
Oh god,
I
what an introduction.
okay.
I can say that because she doesn't know where I live.
It's
But
okay. I'll get the information off of someone. Don't worry.
All right.
I mean, I would say we go by the same order of introduction.
Okay, I'll go first then. All right, so let's see. I have it right here. So, I've gone back and forth with myself. It is a tough decision. For my rook, as many people know, when it comes to the Dragon Age games, I am very much hardcore elf boy. I play a Dalish Warden. I play a Dalish Inquisitor. So, my first character will most likely be Elven, especially if they are Dalish. And when it comes to the background, I am really stuck between two. I am... Listen, y'all know I love me some Grey Warden. The Grey Wardens are my baby. So I am very much stuck between Grey Warden and Veil Jumper.
Yeah.
Grey Warden because it's a Grey Warden. I have
Well, yeah.
we have the history. I love the faction. They're really awesome. Also, they're seen as kind of like to Solus as like an antagonistic force. He doesn't like them. So I think there's a lot of good potential for story reasons. And
I don't know that he doesn't like them as much as he basically finds them useless.
I
mean, he doesn't like the method, from what he said, so.
Yeah. No, I think he again, I think there is a taste of distaste.
Fair.
I don't think, I think he has at least a slight dislike for them. I think there is a potential in story for that. So,
Yeah.
and on top of being an elf. From there, the Veil Jumper seems to have a lot of connection to elves and Dalish ruins and all that kind of stuff, which again, I think will fit the narrative really well. And with my elven propaganda that I'm going to be spewing everywhere, I am very excited for either of those. All of them seem really awesome, and I have ideas for like every faction at some point.
Fuck yeah.
Like knowing me, I'm either going to make the character I'm saying right now and play right through, or what I'll do is I'll make several characters right at the start and then decide who I'm going to play as. But most likely I'm going to stick with this one. Yeah, like
we're gonna have a proper character building setup this time. I think.
Yes. Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait for when I do play a human to just make him really tall. unnecessarily
Yeah.
tall.
And muscle. Don't forget the muscles.
And a
Muscle,
huge,
muscle.
huge package. Dump truck ass. Just, he's going to be fully loaded. But
Like that would be a good load of fortune. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Actually, speaking of fully loaded, I don't know who, but didn't I read something about package size or something?
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
Customizable?
I said right before I said dump truck. Big package.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving him Magnum Dong.
Okay.
But yeah, I either Grey Warden or Veil Jumper for my elf rook, which is again, especially if they are Dalish. We don't know that yet, do we? We don't know if
No,
they're gonna be.
no,
yeah.
we don't.
If they're not Dalish, I mean, I'm sure a regular elf would also work really well into the narrative. I've also been like kind of thinking about dipping my toe into Canary because I was so excited for Canary for Inquisition, but then the character creator for the Canary sucked.
Wait,
So-
all this time that I've known you, I could have sworn you'd already played a Kunari and you didn't? What the hell?
No. I've played it. It's just that
Okay.
like the character creator sucked, and I didn't
Oh, it does.
love any Canary that I could make. And every time I made a Canary, I never liked the way they came out. I always like had like something wrong that I didn't like the horns or the hair with the horns, and it just didn't look good, and it was just really tough to make a good looking Canary.
Ethan, let me tell you about our Lord and Savior Nexus mods.
Let me tell you about the opposite of our Lord and Savior, our damnation, is that Nexus mods, although it is amazing with their character creators, they very much prefer female Inquisitors.
True.
There is
Yes.
very little male Inquisitor mods to help
Yeah.
out. I went looking the
I
other
want-
day, and I was really excited. I was like, oh, I didn't even think about this. I could do some mods. And then I went on, I looked, and I was like, there is
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh no.
There is nothing at all.
Let's say
there's
that the
one-
demographic playing that is kind of clear.
Oh yeah. There's one mod I still have my eye on. It's gonna be Dorian Romance one of these days, but I think someone recreated Thranduil's gown from
Yes,
Lord of
I
the
have
Rings.
those.
That's cool.
Spoiler, they're good.
I-
Like,
Yes.
my Inquisitor romancing Dorian is wearing that as an Inquisitor.
Oh.
And he is the prettiest boy in the room, okay?
Oh yeah.
So,
Only
all
time
right,
I played a
Ethan,
male.
who you romancing since
Oh,
we're on the
yes.
topic?
Yes.
Everyone, he's a hoe.
I'm romancing everybody. No, so right away, my initial reaction was tall, sexy Kunari lady. However,
Gosh.
we don't really have any info on her besides the fact that she's a Lord of Fortune.
Yep, that's all.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking preconceived notion before I even get my hands on the game. I'm probably gonna go with Harding.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think I'll probably go Harding again, unless I get into the game and things are the vibes are for somebody else. But
I would have thought you went with Neve. She's got a bit like Morrigan's vibes a little bit.
you know what's funny is that so after I was like, oh, Canary Lady, just because she was tall, hot Canary Lady, I was like,
Mm.
Neve, right away. Well, Nev, right? Nev.
Nev.
Yeah.
Nev,
that's
it's
true.
Nev, yeah.
Yeah, I was like Nev. I was like instantly like Nev right away, and then I was like, you know what? Unlike most people, I never really got on the Harding bus. Not because I didn't like her or anything, but because like I was like, oh, she's a side character. She's kind of there. Yeah, she's neat, but she's not really like story wise anywhere. So I
I
never
thought
really,
you were
like
gonna say she was out of the field of vision or something.
Oh,
that too. But I never. I just never like. I'm unlike a lot of people in the fandom. I don't like absolutely fall in love with side characters who basically don't exist. I just,
not lying.
it just doesn't
Yeah.
happen to me. But even though so that doesn't happen to me, so I never really like fell in love with Harding. But already seeing her in the gameplay, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm feeling this vibe. But if things switch, or I feel a vibe with somebody else, I can imagine it being Nev. But as of right now, the plan going into the game is I'm going to make a call right now. I'm going to say Grey Warden, Elf Inquisitor with Harding.
Okay.
Okay.
That is my my perceived first playthrough.
All right.
And
Fair
a
enough.
little curious about like the class you would play.
Oh yes, didn't even think about the class. Oh my
That's
gosh.
true.
Oh my god. Oh boy. Actually, you know what? Fuck. Now.
What's your
All
background?
right. Well,
Big question.
well. See, here's the thing. If I stick with the Grey Warden, I'm going warrior. If
Okay.
I go Veil Jumper, I'll go mage. Every time I play a Dragon Age game, I always do warrior first and then do mage. But things could change. Maybe once I get my hands on the game.
I feel like you enjoy playing
creator.
starting with warrior, but up to you.
That's yeah. No,
Live your
that's-
best life.
That is usually what I do. But I don't know if maybe I get in there and get my hands on it. I'm like, oh, maybe I want to do mage. Maybe an elven mage Grey Warden would fit really well in here. It's all about the vibe and how I feel once I'm in it. You know, it's
Yeah.
like planning ahead of time is always nice. Like going into Inquisition, I was like, I'm going full throttle Canary. That's all I wanted. And then I got there and I was like, I guess I'm playing elf again. So like, who knows if my plans are gonna actually stay? But well, we're going in my head right now. Grey Warden, elf, warrior. That is with Harding.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That sounds nice.
Yes, I'm feeling good about it, but we'll see. With that being said, how about you, Scott? How are you feeling? What are you thinking?
So I'm tied between three. So the ones that stick out for me is either Lord of Fortune or Grey Warden. More leaning on Grey Warden because
Hell yeah, brother.
here's the thing: The Last Flight was one of my favorite Dragon Age books of all time.
Dude, so many people talk shit about Last Flight. I cried at that book. It was so good.
Do you know what actually that book reminds me of?
What?
All Quiet on the Western Front.
I can see that.
It uses you read through that book again, thinking about how similar it is. It is eerily similar. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But the big thing is I love the fact that we're not only we're going back to the Weiss House, and all the stuff that was built in Last Flight are going to be showing up here. It's like, oh god. And also, it's just like, it seems like the Grey Wardens are one of the biggest movers in terms of story stuff that's going to be coming up. I forget the name of the short story where they find in To Winter Nights.
Is it Hormac?
Where they find the weird blighted creatures.
Is that not Hormac?
Horrors of Hormac. There it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Horrors of Hormac, which seemed like one of the most important stories to come out of.
It is. Yep.
And it's like there's so many little there's all these moving pieces there. Just I think the Grey Wardens are going to be up to some big moving shit, and I want to be a part of it. Lords of Fortune seems interesting because it's a new faction doing all sorts of, who knows what they're up to. The Shadow Dragons seem interesting. The biggest problem because again, it's a new faction. I want to dive into the new shit. My biggest issue with them, though, I hate their fucking name.
The
Shadow Dragons sound like if I was a 5th grader and I wanted to come up with a cool secret organization, and I'm going to call ourselves the Shadow Dragons. That's true. What it's.
Yeah.
So it's Lords of Fortune or Grey Wardens leading on to. So I'm similar to you in that regard. I haven't played a dwarf, and I kind of want to play one so bad.
Do it.
You know what you can do? With the new character creator, you can make a really tall dwarf.
Or just nah, I'm a short dwarf, and your kneecaps.
Make him the size of a hobbit.
Yeah.
Death below the knees.
Yeah. And oh god, so it's for class, Warriors one. Granted, like Warrior's a good one. Rogue might be also a fun one as well. Granted, I almost
looks really good.
Yeah, there's an there's a elven character that I've thought about for a while. That, granted, I think he would make a better Inquisitor, so I won't bring that into it.
I mean, you can by making
Well, it's like
them the Inquisitors.
I've
Yeah,
always
you
thought
can make
about,
your
like,
Inquisitor.
the problem is, like, one of these days, like, I've wanted to play like an Inquisitor is like almost like an Aragon, like an elven Aragon, in regards of like him and Solus are good friends, but they're meant to be other sides of the same coin of like, okay, hey Solus, like let's learn to like not only embrace the tradition, but like let people know about where we come from and shit like that. Versus like Solus is very much the opposite of that. And like have that fun juxtaposition. And I don't know if I would want to bring that type of character into Inquisition, because I know what I'm spoiler alert, and what Ethan, I think you forgot, is like, what is your Inquisitor? I know what mine is. And so it's like I think I want to keep to like a dwarven character. I think that would just be either warrior or rogue. Mage is always super good. You can't go wrong with mage.
True.
Like mage has been a winner in pretty much every single Dragon Age game. So it's like it's hard to go wrong with that. But it's like, yeah, I want to, like, part of me is like, I want to play something different, you know. So yeah, so background, class. Who am I romancing? This is where I'm gonna have to fucking hard ass disagree with Ethan here. I wanted to romance goddamn Harding so fucking bad in Inquisition, and the fact you couldn't. So my first Inquisition playthrough, which is technically my only playthrough, is a Solvalin, because I kind of wanted to do at least one playthrough. I only that to be like my canon playthrough. Which I'm thinking about doing just another playthrough of the Dragon Age series just cause. But oh my god. Like, yes, do I know I was going for Solus? Absolutely. But did goddamn Harding nearly, if it wasn't for the fact she was romanceable, that she wasn't romanceable, but Jesus, you could flirt. That bitch is mine.
I don't know why. I have no clue why like, at all. But the way you said Harding like that, you made me think of, again, no reason why, but you made me think of like Duke Nukem. Harding, I'm coming for that ass. Like,
oh no!
I'm here to chew bubblegum, or kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm out of bubblegum. Anyway.
Oh god.
No, but like, oh my god, I wanted to romance Harding so bad, and like, I know I'm doing a Solvalin run right now, and I can't romance Harding. And then now when it came out that Harding's a companion and romanceable, I just had the nani. I just like, you will not escape me this time. You will be romance, you adorable woman.
You get the red eyes and everything.
Yeah, just gunning for it.
Oh god.
So it's like, yeah. I will say though, like, kind of looking at some of the other Balara, I feel like is going to be one that's going to sneak up on you a little bit.
But I like it.
Yeah, I think she's going to be one to sneak up on me. Cash might be interesting, especially if she's more like a black type of character. That's going to be a little bit hard. Yeah, but Harding is going to be it for me. It's just like, I've wanted to romance you since my first playthrough. My Inquisitor flirted with you hardcore.
Hell yeah.
Time to make dreams come true.
Yeah. I mean, like, technically, like, you could technically romance Harding. Technically.
I mean, you can flirt. But...
yeah, you can flirt with her. There's implications that...
Yeah.
It like, there's implications if you didn't romance anyone and didn't flirt with her. you two were a thing. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
only implied, and I can see that being a really easy thing for Bioware to say, oh yeah, no, they didn't.
Yeah, it was a
Fun fact, you only find this out when you have cheese wheels on your face.
I'm sorry, what?
Wait, you don't remember? This is the
Yeah.
Vivian conversation in Trespasser. Like when
Yes.
you're like if you did that, like you didn't romance anyone and you flirted with Harding as much as you could throughout the entire game, you come to Trespass, you have that moment with Vivian when you're doing the spa thing with cheese wheels on your eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. And then she like brings up something like, yeah, that you two are together or something like that.
Yeah, she always does.
Yeah. And that's, yeah, so it's like, so there is a universe where technically you can answer, technically. I don't know how much Bioware is going to go with that, especially...
I don't think they would. It was not even something in the Dragon Age Keep back then. I'm pretty sure they're not going to keep that.
Well, not only that, but it's like, I feel like it's going to be... That's such... You have to have, like, no romance no one, which, good luck with that.
Yep.
And then not only romance no one in a Bioware game, and then also but flirt with the one character that there is no romance scenes or progression for. Like, I can see them just being like, yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know, part of me kind of likes that a little bit, but still. Anyway. For my Inquisitor, though, it's got to be Sylvain. Like,
yeah,
that is, it's got to be Sylvain.
It's gonna be Sylvain, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's got to be Sylvain. Mage Sylvain. It's the same as my Inquisition. You know, the Inquisition one. Like, yeah, that's correct.
So, real quick, I just want to say, originally, I was going to do my Inquisitor thing separately, which is why I didn't mention it during mine. But real quick, since you just said yours real quick, I want to say that mine was a Elven Inquisitor that romanced Cassandra. But now with all this crazy soul leveling stuff going on, I might do that. I've never done it.
Join my clan.
I've never actually done it. So I want to.
Doesn't surprise me, honestly.
Yeah, I've been playing the game for 10 years. I just only romance Cassandra.
Wow!
I think I romanced Josie once, but I got to it and then I was like, I like Cassandra, and then I went back.
You don't like Disney princess?
I
tried Dorian. Oh gosh.
You know what's funny is that I just love Dorian as a homie too much.
I mean, hey, he's the best friend of my Inquisitor, probably calling with the little necklace phone thing every freaking night for 10 years until they found solace, so...
True.
All right, well, did you have anything else to say, Scott? Or sorry.
No, that was it. I think we pass it off to Aaron at this point.
Okay, cool. Aaron, you are up.
It's not gonna surprise anyone at all. If you know me,
yeah,
the past 10 years, it's gonna be an Elven Mage. Although,
hell yeah,
I'm a bit. The only thing I would question is if they're gonna lock up some classes from the backgrounds. It seems so. Like I really want to play an Antivan Crow, but I really doubt that I can be a mage. So that's gonna be a second time because I want to try the Veil Jumper Mage because Bellara is one, and that looks super cool.
It does look
like,
pretty neat.
Yeah, like I want to try that, and putting a warning there because we all know I always go for any freaking game I play when I can romance for the tragic one and or the backstabber. So I'm looking at you, Lucanus, because I'm going for the mage killer while being a mage. Because why would I make things easy?
Yeah,
so, yeah, definitely. It was Veil Jumper or Antivan
You're
Crow.
setting yourself up for the backstab. Well done.
Like that's why I warned everyone. Everybody knows that I'm gonna go for Lucanus first. Although I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up romancing everyone because Emmerich, I'm watching you very, very strongly. Davrin as well, Bellara as well. I'm looking at all of you. Okay, I know I'm gonna like have at least 7 playthrough. Let's be honest. for sure. But I'm gonna start with Lucanus because I had a very soft spot for him in Tevinter Nights and everything.
Yeah, he's.
And I was sure he wasn't dead. I was so sure, and I'm happy I was right. Like, I would continue to say this. So yeah, no, I'm gonna go for the Veil Jumper because I'm very curious. And again, as an elf, that could be like it's an Alliance of Dalish elves. So I don't know if they're gonna lock the Dalish for specific factions as well, like they did in Origin.
Yeah,
like you could be a mage as a mage and an elf, but you weren't a Dalish.
I don't.
I am pretty sure they said in the QA that they are not doing that.
Yeah, I'm fairly. They want you to be able to fully customize whatever faction you. So
yeah, so that's why I'm also curious to and I wish that the question I asked in the Q&A was answered, but there was so many questions that I completely understand. Like, if you want to fully customize, then you could technically be a mage and even crow, but that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Nah.
They probably have use for it. I mean, who doesn't have use for a mage?
Yeah,
the crows, they don't need it.
no, I can see there being a use case for them. Also,
Magical
especially
knife.
especially after the story of 8 talent.
Yeah,
Eight little talents.
talents.
Where it's like most of our leadership is dead. God knows how many other crows have been killed.
Yep.
Oh, you're a mage? Cool. Can you be sneaky, stabby too? Yeet. Great.
Like,
just
that story was like a really fucked up episode of Clue or something.
Yeah, and I loved it. And I love that the grandma is the one that always come up, be like, "Bish, I'm the one who wins."
Oh yeah.
I'm like, she wins, and she's still there. Like, Katarina is gonna be an interesting thing when we see her.
You don't think I've grew to this age without being prepared for a coup d'etat?
I mean, she can do a coup d'etat, and same like when you see her in the short story, be like, yeah, my grandson's dead, and I'm gonna console my other grandson. Yeah, right. You're not gonna seek vengeance, right? He's not dead. I'm not trusting you, ma'am. You would kill everyone in Antiva for your grandson. Like, that's why I'm kind of really tempted by seeing this. Also because like his tarot cards looks that's Pride Demon colors and all. And yeah. And when you look at the trailer, like the image they released of the lighthouse with everyone there, you can see that his shoulder pads have eyes on it, and he's probably the character with the wings that we saw that resemble crow wings that are purple. Purple is usually Pride. I'm like, what did you do after the wigmaker job? What happened?
Yeah.
So I'm really curious. Like, he's probably linked with more thing for mages because Divinatory call him the demon. I'm curious. Like, he calls my curiosity. And also because when they said, oh, when one of the Romans is a bit like hot and smutty, I know who it is. So let me get that. I was a Solomancer without any scenes for 10 years, so let me have the honorable level of romance, please.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I also think that romance-wise, I think what they're going. I don't think like in the Q&A they said there's not going to be there's no like scene. But I wouldn't be surprised if they also go the Andromeda route where it's like where like you can opt out of the romance scene, technically speaking. So especially if you want to have more of like an ace character, where it's like, I want this, I just want wholesome. You can. Granted, you're playing a BioWare game with it. Okay. All right.
I mean, some people hear romance the bull, so that
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, riding the bull. Yep. Yeah.
Like
I'm the ace and I romance bull. I'm the bull master.
Yeah, granted, the ace thing makes more sense in my opinion.
Yeah, but like I would understand that, but for example, I know that Solus was not it's not ace at all, and I didn't get my scenes. So I was frustrated.
Yeah,
especially when it's clearly mentioned twice, and you're like, "What do you mean? What do you mean you didn't show me this? How dare
Solus
you?"
as a whole, let's face it.
Yes,
he's hiding it badly too.
And that's why, like, of course, my main Inquisition playthrough is the Solavelin romance, and that's Like, she needs closure, and I swear I can change him.
God damn it, no. Stop.
I know.
Like, look,
I know
he
from
doesn't look happy for what happened, but that's for another podcast. I'm
I-
pretty sure they said Inquisitor is going to be a huge part of the story, and
Yeah.
I want my baby to have her ending.
One thing though, and I don't know if you guys agree on this one. I know, like, my headcanon, if it wasn't for the fact Sylvain was Inquisitor, she would have joined Solus. Like, she would have been
Yep.
on. Yep.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'm not the only one. Cool.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a tiny argument on that because I picked this option in Trespasser in the dialogue, but I
That's
saw
so
like
good and so tempting.
I think it's I don't remember who. Wouldn't be surprised if it was Carl, Gil, or Andaratea that suggested Okala maybe that basically said Solus wants to basically bring back what he destroyed because that wasn't his original plan because he keeps failing his plans. Or people keep interrupting him and everything breaks. I'm looking at you, Rook.
You know, I have a whole can of worms to open up one, but yeah, go ahead. Go off.
But since he wants to bring back the thing and destroy what's currently there, because for him it's like not what he wanted.
Yeah.
I would like in my mind, my Inquisitor would be I agree with what you say in the sense that what was there or like what's happening right now with the elves is not what was supposed to be there, but do you need to instead of bringing back what was there, help me rebuild what we can build in this world rather than destroying everything. Like, I want to help him, but to build something new with what he knows and what he can bring to the world. Because, hello, you're bringing down the veil. You can do other stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's what when Varric says there's another alternative, someone has to talk. Granted, if you don't recruit any of the characters in Inquisition, one, what the heck? But second, the only friend that Solus really has is Varric, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But Varric, if there's a romanced Inquisitor, you're not the one who needs to talk to him, okay? I want to join him in the sense that I'm still thinking we can bring what he wants without destroying everything. But in 10 years, nobody seemed to have found a better solution, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all for me. Like my little elven Inquisitor, my little mage romancing Solus coming back with my Rook that also going to be an elven mage. I have a thing with that, I think. Just a little bit.
All right.
Halla, do you want to bring us home?
Yeah, Halla, hit us.
So, here's the thing. I am someone who gets scared easily. When I tell you I get scared easily, like my biggest frights in most recent games were not monsters, but like shit falling on top of me, because that's the one thing I wasn't expecting. And like one of my favorite games that's at least top 3 right now is Weird Horror, which is Alan Wake 2. And again, I'm someone who theoretically doesn't like horror, who theoretically doesn't like getting scared, but my first romance is gonna be fucking Emmerich. And
sweet boy.
He looks, I don't know that sweet is the word.
He's a gentleman sweet, apparently.
Yeah, for me, he's the sexy gentleman. I look at him and I go like, yes.
Yes, yep.
And because, again, I have this fear, but at the same time, apparent fascination with scary shit, I want to be a fucking Mortalitasi, because that's my dream. Like, since the moment I learned what they were, I was like, let's go. I want to know more. I want to, like, roleplay them. I want to do something with them. And you can be fucking Morn Watch at them? Yes. So, because of, I think, the options that will be locked to me, I don't know that I'll have an option but to be a human, because we've never seen, as far as I know, any Mortalitasi that wasn't human.
I would love to see a dwarven Mortalitasi.
Fuck no.
Technically, they cannot, because Mortalitasi are most of the time mages.
I know, that's why I said.
Granted, I feel like there's something there that makes it kind of... Because they did say, like, yeah, we want to make sure that we can... Like, no matter what, if you want, like, no matter what class you want to play, you can go into it. I will say, I feel like dwarves actually would have a role in mortality, for the Mortalitasi of, like, all right, we need to go in here and make sure no one gets possessed. Like, this thing is too dangerous. We can't get possessed. and then everyone slowly turns to the one in the Mortalitasi, just going, God, why do I always have to have these jobs, man?
Well, you see, the
What the
dwarves are
fuck?
they dig the crypts.
True, I can see that happening. But here's the thing: we're supposing that there can be a resistance to possession bullshit. But the problem is apparently some minor, in terms of stature, beings in THEDAS are starting to suddenly show magical powers when they didn't before for a
Yes.
long time. So I'm starting to wonder about the whole. Then again, possession is usually related to Fae, then their magic, if you can call it that, or maybe more their powers itself, are more related to Titans, if all previous suppositions and theories are correct. But anyway, so in my case, it would be a human mage Mornwatch member trying to romance Emmerich. If I don't fall for Belara first, she's very tempting. And the only reason why I do not put Tash on top of the list, because gorgeous, tall, strong Kunari lady who could crush me with 2 hands, actually 2 fingers more like.
Mommy, sorry.
She's got 2
Mommy,
fingers,
sorry.
all right.
Mommy, sorry.
Exactly. There's a reason it said 2 fingers. Anyway.
Hey, oh!
So here's the thing. I haven't heard her voice yet. I need the voice acting.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
We know
While-
we know nothing about her.
Yeah, I can get a sense of the personality of Emmerich just by looking at him and his artwork. You can tell. I got nothing on Tosh. Like
I
nothing.
feel like
She
that's
gives
true
me
of
nothing.
almost a lot of the characters we haven't heard their voices or anything.
Yeah.
But even
Yeah, but
without
you can
that,
kind of see their personalities in the way they move. Like Belara and Emmerich, I can see immediately by the way they move.
and even, like we technically know
Go
them
ahead.
from the from the backgrounds. Like Emmerich was appearing in the story, so we got his attitude and wording in the story. Belara, we know her voice from the BTS. Dovrin, we know the voice from the BTS. Nev, we had her in the trailer and everything. Like the only one we never saw ever in any media we had is Tash. So she's the only one we don't know at all.
Yeah, we got nothing, and in the trailer itself, you just see her basically do the Marvel superhero landing, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, like, while normally I would go, yes, Kunari mommy, I still, I know I am a proverbial hoe, but in real life, I go for personality first rather than body.
Boo! Be a slut.
I know, I should be. I regret myself. Like, also, the last one, I'm probably gonna romance, and this is not a joke. Davrin. For some reason, he feels so tragic. I don't know what is it about him that I've seen on the trailers, but I feel like this is gonna be the romance that kills me. Like, it's gonna turn my heart into dust, then mix it with nitric acid, and just, like, throw it in the fucking hinterlands or something.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
He is, for me, physically, hottest character. Like,
Yes.
absolutely. Looks alone, I would go for him first. My issue is, I can just tell by all the artwork and what I've seen of him, he's gonna break my fucking heart, and that's what's making me hesitate. Oh, and what was it? Oh yeah, the Inquisitor. So the Inquisitor, because I'm a lore hoe.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be Elf Mage Sylvellen. Come on. Let's face it.
Join me!
Yeah, no, I need the emotional pain reflected in Solas's eyes. Not on me, because I'm like I'm a bullmancer, but that's probably gonna be like my second playthrough.
I feel like there's gonna be so many options for all the different like Inquisitors and and then they're just gonna go, do we know we're gonna create all these options, but are we aware percent of the people are going to choose a Sylvellen Inquisitor?
So, okay, that's how they're gonna see with I don't know if they're gonna like be able to, since you're not using the key because you don't need a connection. I don't know if they're gonna be able to have statistics on what people are taking in choices. Probably.
I mean,
but that's how
they did it for they did it for Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Yeah. But like, imagine that's how you can identify returning players that played F of Inquisition in 10 years.
Yeah.
Those who are gonna take the Soul of Velen are gonna be the returning players because they want the shit to
And
go
specifically those that really love the lore itself. Like
Yeah.
if you're aware of it, you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, yeah, absolutely.
There's also
down.
yeah. There has been some fun stuff looking at that by put out. Like I remember on Accidentally Casual, we actually did an analysis of like because they posted them right at the choices after Mass Effect 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like what were the choices everyone did, and then the
Yeah.
choices that people did for Legendary Edition when it came out. And looking at some of those stats were like the one that stands out to me the most was the what you do with the oh god, why am I the Quarians and the Geth, like how you resolve that.
Yeah, okay.
When the game originally came out, it was like a split, like almost 30-30-30 of like, or like 33-33-33. Two-sided with the oh, why is the name keep on the Quarians, then the Geth, and that, and then you see Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and it was like 75 to 80% of people did the option where like you settle the Geth and the
and the Quarian.
The Quarians. I don't know why I think it's because I keep on wanting to say Quarian. I'm like, no, that's not correct. No, it's the Quarians. And then it was like the vast majority of it was siding with the Geth, and then like 2% of people siding with the Quarians. And it was just like, and that's just like, and I think you're gonna see probably similar stuff, or of just like all the returning players coming in is like, so Velen is going to be it. Boom. It's going to be the vast majority of them, and then you'll stats of like, oh, what was everyone else doing? You'll see a much more like diverse array, of individuals.
Yeah, like
I would say though that, for example, I will do my personal favorite romance thing on the Inquisitor on my second playthrough, so it's going to be Bullmaster. But I don't know that like that's going to yield any results, like in terms of is the Iron Bull going to appear or not? I mean.
We'll see.
I would love for that to be the case,
now, I don't think he's retarded. If he is, he won't be recast.
True. Oh, after what happened, he'll probably be recast. Yeah.
And
that's
same,
true.
like people who romance Colin, I'm pretty sure since someone is retiring in the Interlands, it's just a little name drop. Yeah, he's waiting at home. That's it. End of the story. Let's move on.
Like, I heard he has a message for everybody.
Again?
But like, if you romance Dorian, of course you're gonna see Dorian, and I'm gonna riot if my baby's not showing up. Like come on, Dorian has to come. Like he's one of those that you're gonna see.
There's another idea for another episode we could do. Who do we expect to come back? We could do that.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, it's linked to a lot of theories. Don't worry, I have that.
Well, I know we were rolling a little bit here, but I do have to get going in about 10 minutes. So we got it. We got everybody right. Halla, you good?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I think I said everything. So yeah.
Yeah, you ended on your Inquisitor, which I'm pretty sure was the last. Okay. Did you say your class? Did you say what class you're playing?
Yeah,
Mage.
I said mage. Yeah. I don't think I have much of an option.
We'll see. Maybe we're gonna have options. We'll see.
True. Yeah.
Maybe. Look, ideally, like before I learned that the Morn Watch is going to be a thing, I would have gone for a Rogue Crow.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah. Following you on that, if I didn't see that Veil Jumper Mage, I would have been an Antivin Crow.
100%. Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys again for this new episode. I'm glad to always have you. And,
likewise. Thank you.
And thank you everybody for watching, and thanks for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Woo! All right.
See you next time, you nerds.
See you next time. See you later, THEDAS.
Bye.